Have you ever noticed how sometimes the less you care, the more you achieve? This paradoxical question might stir a mixture of curiosity and skepticism within you. It goes against the grain of common wisdom that teaches us to pour our heart and soul into everything we do. But what if I told you that there's a nuanced secret lying just beneath the surface of this statement? A secret that could fundamentally change the way you approach your goals, relationships, and life's inevitable challenges. Let's unpack this idea together. But first, let's be clear about what we mean by caring less. This concept isn't an encouragement towards apathy or emotional disengagement. Far from it. It's about a selective investment of your emotions and energy. Imagine your mental resources as a finite currency. Every day, you're bombarded with situations, demands, and relationships, all vying for a piece of this currency. The key question is, where do you choose to invest it? This concept invites us to explore a more balanced perspective on how we engage with the world around us. It's about discerning the difference between what truly deserves our full emotional investment and what doesn't. By adopting a more selective approach to our emotional expenditures, we can conserve our energy for the aspects of our lives that truly matter, leading to increased productivity, a sense of fulfillment, and paradoxically, a deeper connection to the people and pursuits that enrich our lives. Now let me clarify further. When we talk about caring less, we're not advocating for a life devoid of passion or commitment, nor are we suggesting a callous disregard for the feelings of others or our own. This is not about shirking responsibilities or embracing emotional coldness. Instead, this philosophy promotes a healthier mental attitude towards the uncontrollable and often unpredictable elements of life. It's about cultivating a state of emotional resilience that allows us to face life's ups and downs with a sense of calm and stability. Consider for a moment the countless times you've found yourself entangled in worries and anxieties about things beyond your control. Whether it's the outcome of a project at work, the fluctuating dynamics of a relationship, or the incessant barrage of global crises presented in the media, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. This state of overengagement not only drains our mental and emotional reserves, but can also lead to a paradoxical decrease in our effectiveness and happiness. So how do we navigate this? The answer lies in developing an ability to detach from the external noise, to discern between what is within our power to change and what is not. This doesn't mean we stop caring about the world around us or striving for excellence in our endeavors. Rather, it's about approaching life with a sense of inner peace and equanimity, knowing that our worth isn't dictated by external outcomes or the opinions of others. By learning to care less about the things that drain us, we open ourselves up to a more focused, productive, and serene existence. We allow ourselves the mental and emotional space to pursue our goals with clarity and purpose. And perhaps most importantly, we create room in our hearts for the people and passions that truly matter, engaging with them more fully and meaningfully. This philosophy, though seemingly simple, is profound in its implications. It challenges us to rethink our default modes of engagement with the world, inviting us to a life marked by greater achievement, satisfaction, and well-being. Let's delve deeper into this intriguing concept, exploring its philosophical underpinnings, psychological benefits, and practical applications in the journey towards a more balanced and fulfilling life. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. This reflection by Epictetus, one of the Stoic philosophers, encapsulates the essence of what has been a guiding principle for many throughout history, the philosophy of detachment. It is a concept that threads through the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, through the serene insights of Buddhism, to the harmonious teachings of Taoism. Each, in its own right, provides a map to navigate the complexities of life, not by anchoring us to a rigid set of outcomes, but by teaching us the art of emotional resilience and the value of focusing on what truly lies within our control. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and a Roman emperor, encapsulated the essence of Stoicism in his Meditations, which serve as personal reminders on the importance of self-discipline, integrity, and action in accordance with nature. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control external events, we can control our reactions to them. Aurelius's reflections urge us to examine our impressions of events, stripping them of any added emotional weight or judgment, to see them for what they truly are. This detachment from the non-essential allows us to conserve our emotional energy, directing it towards what we can influence: our thoughts, our behaviors, and our efforts toward the common good. Similarly, Buddhism introduces the concept of non-attachment as a path to enlightenment. The Buddha taught that attachment to desires leads to suffering because desires are transient and ultimately unsatisfactory. The state of craving, whether for material possessions, relationships, or accolades, binds us to a cycle of desire and disappointment, as the nature of existence is change. Through mindfulness and meditation, Buddhism teaches us to observe our desires without clinging to them, allowing us to experience life more fully and joyfully without being ensnared by temporary pleasures or pains. This principle of detachment is not about renouncing the world or its joys, but rather about seeing them with clear eyes, free from the haze of attachment. Taoism, with its emphasis on living in harmony with the Tao or the Way, offers a perspective on detachment that complements its philosophical counterparts. It teaches the value of wu-wei or non-action, which is not to be mistaken for inaction, but rather an action that is in flow with the natural course of events. It is a way of engaging with life that is effortless, not because effort is not made, but because it is made in alignment with the natural rhythms and patterns of the world. This approach to life encourages a form of detachment where one does not impose their will against the world, but rather moves with it, understanding that life is a series of changes and that resistance only causes struggle. The modern interpretation of these ancient teachings provides a compelling lens through which to view our contemporary lives. In an age where the pace of change is rapid and often overwhelming, where social media amplifies our tendencies towards comparison and attachment to external validation, the philosophy of detachment offers a grounding alternative. By embracing even a modicum of detachment, we can navigate life's challenges with reduced stress and a greater sense of inner peace. This isn't to say we become disengaged or indifferent to the world around us. On the contrary, detachment, as taught by Stoicism, Buddhism, and Taoism, allows us to engage more fully with our lives, prioritizing our values and acting with intention and integrity. In practical terms, this can manifest as a reduced anxiety over outcomes we cannot control, whether they be the opinions of others, the success of a venture, or the myriad uncertainties that life presents. Instead, our focus shifts to our actions, our efforts, and the cultivation of our character. This shift not only reduces stress but also clarifies our priorities, leading us to invest our time and energy in what truly matters to us. The result is a more meaningful form of success, one that is measured not by external accolades, but by the authenticity of our lives and the depth of our contentment. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius, the Buddha, and Lao Tzu offer timeless wisdom on the value of detachment. They remind us that amidst the ebb and flow of life, our peace of mind and the quality of our engagement with the world hinge not on the external circumstances we find ourselves in, but on our internal stance towards those circumstances. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, these ancient philosophies invite us to consider a more detached approach, not as a means of disengagement, but as a path to a richer, more fulfilled existence. The underpinnings of our interactions and reactions to the world around us, particularly in the context of relationships and stress, are profoundly shaped by our early life experiences. Attachment theory, developed by British psychologist John Bowlby and further refined by Mary Ainsworth through her pioneering strange situations study, provides a crucial framework for understanding these dynamics. At its core, attachment theory posits that the nature of the bonds formed between infants and their primary caregivers has a lasting impact on an individual's emotional responses, relationship patterns, and stress management throughout their life. These early interactions essentially set the stage for how individuals perceive and engage with their social world, influencing their expectations of support, intimacy, and trust in relationships. The theory categorizes attachment styles into secure, anxious, avoidant, and disorganized, each reflecting different patterns of behavior and thought processes in relation to closeness and emotional safety. This foundational concept of attachment has profound implications when exploring the psychological benefits of detachment. It's important to distinguish between emotional detachment as a healthy coping mechanism and as a form of avoidance or disconnection stemming from insecure attachment styles. In the positive sense, emotional detachment refers to an individual's ability to maintain a sense of self and emotional equilibrium in the face of life's challenges. It allows for emotional involvement without being overwhelmed by the emotions or problems of others, fostering a space where one can engage with empathy and compassion while preserving one's mental health. This form of detachment is not about building walls or retreating from meaningful connections. Rather, it's about developing a resilient core from which one can interact with the world in a more balanced and effective manner. Scientific research supports the benefits of this kind of emotional detachment. Studies have shown that individuals who can achieve a level of detachment from work-related stressors, for example, report lower levels of burnout and higher levels of well-being. This detachment enables a clearer perspective, allowing for better decision-making and problem-solving capabilities as it reduces the clouding effects of emotional overload. In essence, by detaching, we grant ourselves the space to breathe, reflect, and approach situations with a level of calmness and rationality that is often lost in the heat of the moment. This is crucial in both personal and professional realms, where the ability to respond rather than react can mean the difference between escalation and resolution, between burnout and sustainability. Moreover, the practice of emotional detachment has been linked to improved psychological well-being. It fosters an environment where individuals can face life's uncertainties and adversities with a sense of composure and confidence. The resilience built through this practice is not a matter of hardening oneself against emotions or connections, but rather cultivating a flexible strength that allows one to experience life fully without being unduly swayed by each passing storm. This resilience is particularly important in our current age, where the pace of life and the constant barrage of information can easily lead to feelings of overwhelm and anxiety. Emotional detachment, understood in this healthy, balanced way, acts as a buffer, enabling individuals to navigate these challenges with a steadier hand and a clearer mind. The psychological framework provided by attachment theory, combined with contemporary research on the benefits of emotional detachment, illuminates a path toward healthier ways of engaging with the world. It suggests that our capacity for meaningful detachment is, in many ways, shaped by our early attachment experiences. However, it also emphasizes that growth and change are possible at any stage of life. Through intentional practice and, in some cases, therapeutic intervention, individuals can work towards a secure base from which to explore the benefits of detachment. This involves learning to identify and regulate one's emotional responses, cultivating mindfulness and presence, and consciously practicing self-care and boundary setting. Understanding and applying these concepts of attachment and detachment can significantly enhance one's mental health and overall quality of life. It offers a way to hold space for oneself and others without losing oneself in the process. It teaches that true strength lies not in impassivity or emotional isolation, but in the ability to engage deeply yet mindfully, to care passionately yet selectively. In doing so, it provides a key not only to personal well-being, but to healthier, more resilient communities. As we continue to navigate the complexities of human relationships and the myriad challenges of modern life, the wisdom offered by a deeper understanding of attachment and the practice of healthy detachment remains ever relevant, guiding us towards a more balanced, fulfilling existence. Achieving a balanced life, where one is engaged yet not overwhelmed, passionate yet at peace, requires the mastery of detachment in its healthiest form. This section is devoted to translating the conceptual understanding of detachment into actionable strategies that can be integrated into daily life. The journey towards healthier detachment begins with self-awareness, specifically identifying the aspects of our lives where our emotional investment might be tipping the scales towards negative impact, rather than fulfillment and growth. To start, one must take a step back and evaluate their emotional landscape with honesty and openness. Ask yourself, where do you feel a constant tension or anxiety? Is it in the relentless pursuit of career advancement? In the hypervigilance towards a partner's actions or feelings, or perhaps in the overly critical self-scrutiny tied to personal achievements or failures? Recognizing these areas of overattachment often requires peeling back layers of justification and facing uncomfortable truths about what we value and why. Reflection exercises, such as journaling about your day-to-day emotional responses to different aspects of your life, or mapping out where you spend most of your emotional energy, can be illuminating. They offer a mirror to see where attachment is no longer serving you, but instead holding you back from experiencing life's full breadth and depth. With awareness comes the power to change. The following strategies are designed to foster a sense of detachment that is rooted in self-care and personal growth, rather than avoidance or indifference. Setting boundaries. The art of setting boundaries is fundamental to healthy detachment. Boundaries allow us to define where we end and others begin, what we are responsible for, and what lies beyond our control or obligation. In both personal and professional relationships, clear boundaries prevent the encroachment of others' expectations, demands, or emotions into our space, enabling us to interact with others from a place of self-respect and autonomy. Establishing boundaries can be as simple as saying no when a request infringes on your personal time, or as complex as renegotiating the dynamics of a relationship that has become overly demanding or codependent. The key is clarity, both in understanding your own limits and in communicating them to others. This clarity comes from introspection, understanding your values, priorities, and what you need to thrive. Setting boundaries is not a one-off task, but a continuous process of negotiation and reevaluation as relationships and circumstances evolve. Focusing on personal growth. One of the most effective ways to cultivate healthy detachment is by focusing on personal growth. This strategy is about redirecting emotional and mental energy from external attachments, be they people, achievements, or material possessions, towards internal development. Personal growth can encompass a wide range of activities, from pursuing new educational opportunities, picking up new hobbies, or deepening existing skills, to engaging in self-reflective practices like meditation, mindfulness, or therapy. The underlying principle is to invest in oneself in a way that enriches life beyond external validations or successes. This focus on personal growth fosters a sense of self-efficacy and intrinsic worth, which acts as a buffer against the vicissitudes of external circumstances. As we grow more comfortable and confident in our skin, our dependency on external sources for validation naturally diminishes, making way for a more detached and genuinely fulfilling engagement with the world. Lastly, embracing impermanence is a profound strategy for achieving healthy detachment. This involves accepting change and uncertainty as inherent, unavoidable aspects of life. Rather than resisting or fearing change, this approach encourages us to lean into it, recognizing that change is not a harbinger of loss or disaster, but a natural part of life's rhythm. Strategies for embracing impermanence include practicing mindfulness, which trains the mind to stay present and find peace in the moment, without clinging to the past or fearing the future. It also involves consciously shifting our perspective to view change as an opportunity for growth and renewal, rather than a threat. This can be facilitated by regularly reflecting on past changes that, although initially daunting, led to positive outcomes or personal development. Cultivating gratitude for the transient beauty and lessons of each phase of life further reinforces this acceptance of impermanence. By embracing change as an integral part of the human experience, we reduce fear and anxiety about the future, enabling us to face life's uncertainties with equanimity and grace. Integrating these strategies into our lives doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience, persistence, and compassion towards oneself. The journey towards healthier detachment is, in many ways, a journey towards freedom. Freedom from the constraints of over-attachment. Freedom to live according to our values and priorities. And freedom to experience life in its fullness, with all its changes and uncertainties. As we embark on this journey, we not only achieve more in the external sense, through improved focus, decision-making, and productivity, but we also gain more internally in terms of peace. In navigating the path toward healthy detachment, it is crucial not to veer too far into isolation, mistaking disconnection for emotional resilience. Human beings are inherently social creatures, and our well-being is deeply intertwined with our ability to form and maintain connections. The art of living well, therefore, lies not in detachment alone, but in finding the right balance between detachment and connection. This balance allows us to engage deeply with the world, our loved ones, and our communities, deriving meaning and fulfillment from these interactions while protecting our inner peace and mental health. The significance of maintaining healthy, supportive relationships cannot be overstated. Relationships are the scaffolding of our lives, providing emotional support, shared joy, and a sense of belonging. They enrich our lives, adding layers of meaning and purpose that cannot be found in solitary pursuits alone. Similarly, engagement in one's community and the broader world extends this network of support, grounding us in a reality that is larger than our individual experiences and concerns. This engagement fosters a sense of purpose and belonging, contributing to our sense of identity and well-being. However, the challenge often lies in navigating these connections without losing oneself in them. Overinvestment in the emotional dynamics of our relationships or the incessant demands of community and societal involvement can lead to burnout, resentment, and a loss of self. Thus, while the cultivation of connections is essential, doing so in a way that maintains our emotional autonomy and health is key. Finding the right balance between caring deeply about people and causes that are important to us and not being overwhelmed by the need to control or fix everything is a delicate dance. It requires the cultivation of several key attitudes and practices. At the heart of this balance lies compassion, both for ourselves and others. Compassion allows us to engage empathetically with the pain and suffering of others without becoming enmeshed in it. It helps us to offer support and understanding rather than attempting to take control or impose solutions. Practicing self-compassion is equally important. Acknowledging our own needs and limitations and treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we offer others. Setting emotional boundaries. Emotional boundaries are crucial in maintaining the balance between connection and detachment. They help us to recognize where our responsibilities end and where others begin. Setting and communicating these boundaries clearly can prevent emotional overload and ensure that our engagements with others are healthy and sustainable. Prioritizing self-care. Prioritizing self-care is not selfish, it is essential. It ensures that we have the emotional and physical resources to engage with others in a meaningful way. Self-care practices can vary widely, from ensuring adequate rest and exercise to engaging in hobbies and activities that replenish our spirits. By taking care of ourselves, we are better equipped to care for others. Acceptance. Acceptance plays a pivotal role in finding the balance between connection and detachment. It involves accepting that we cannot control everything in our relationships or the wider world. Acceptance allows us to let go of the need to fix every problem, recognizing that some situations are beyond our control or may not have immediate solutions. This acceptance frees us to offer support and presence without the added pressure of needing to resolve every issue. Engagement without attachment to outcome. Engaging deeply with people and causes while detaching from specific outcomes is a powerful way to maintain balance. It allows us to contribute our best efforts, knowing that the final result may not always align with our expectations. This detachment from outcomes helps to mitigate disappointment and frustration, allowing us to remain committed to our values and contributions, regardless of the immediate results. Balancing detachment with connection is an ongoing process, one that requires mindfulness, self-reflection, and a commitment to personal growth. It is about engaging with the world with an open heart and a clear mind, offering our support and presence without losing ourselves in the process. By cultivating this balance, we can build meaningful, supportive relationships and contribute to our communities in ways that are fulfilling and sustainable, enriching our lives and the lives of those around us. The philosophical journey towards understanding and implementing the principles of detachment and balance between engagement and disengagement has been illuminated by the lives and teachings of several historical figures. These philosophers, through their lived experiences and profound insights, have contributed significantly to human thought on navigating life's complexities with grace and resilience. Reflecting on the lives of Seneca, Lao Tzu, Marcus Aurelius, and others, we find not only a testament to the power of their philosophies, but also practical blueprints for leading a balanced and fulfilling life. Lucius Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, statesman, and playwright, lived in one of the most tumultuous periods of Roman history, serving as an advisor to Emperor Nero. Amidst the political intrigue and personal challenges, Seneca's writings on Stoicism emphasize the importance of tranquility, virtue, and wisdom. He advocated for a life lived according to nature, urging individuals to focus on their inner lives and control over their reactions to external circumstances. Seneca's letters and essays are replete with advice on how to detach from the chaos of public life and the unpredictability of fortune. His teachings on the ephemerality of life and the importance of cherishing each moment underscore the Stoic belief in focusing on what truly matters, living a life of virtue and inner peace. Seneca's ability to maintain his composure and philosophical integrity, even in the face of death, epitomizes the power of detachment from external events and the cultivation of an inner sanctuary of calm and reason. Lao Tzu, the legendary figure associated with the founding of Taoism and the authorship of the Tao Te Ching, offers another perspective on the art of living harmoniously. His philosophy emphasizes the principles of naturalness, simplicity, and the power of yielding over force. Lao Tzu's teachings on Wu Wei, or non-action, encourage a form of engagement with life that is effortless and in tune with the Tao, the fundamental nature of the universe. This approach advocates for a detachment from rigidly imposed goals and the societal pressures that lead to unnecessary strife and complexity. Instead, it calls for an alignment with the natural flow of life, recognizing the impermanent and ever-changing nature of the world. Lao Tzu's wisdom teaches us the importance of letting go of our attachments to outcomes and the illusion of control, encouraging a deep connection to the world through a stance of openness and flexibility. His contributions to human thought lie in this profound understanding of how to live in harmony with the natural world and the transient nature of existence. Marcus Aurelius, often considered the embodiment of the Stoic ideal, was a Roman emperor faced with the daunting tasks of leadership during a time of war, plague, and internal strife. Despite the immense pressures of his role, his personal writings, collected in Meditations, reveal a man deeply committed to the principles of Stoicism. Aurelius focused on the cultivation of virtue, the acceptance of life's transience, and the importance of acting in accordance with reason and the common good. His reflections on the ephemerality of life and power and the insignificance of worldly accolades in the face of nature's vastness underscore a profound detachment from external validations. Instead, Aurelius champions the value of internal peace, ethical action, and the serene acceptance of what cannot be changed. His legacy, as captured in Meditations, provides timeless guidance on how to maintain moral integrity and inner calm in the midst of life's challenges, emphasizing the importance of focusing on what truly matters, our character and actions in the present moment. These philosophical figures, each from distinct cultural and historical contexts, converge on a common insight: the significance of detachment from life's ephemeral concerns and a focused commitment to the values and principles that define a life well lived. Their teachings and lives offer compelling evidence of the transformative power of embracing impermanence, prioritizing inner development, and finding balance between engagement with the world and the cultivation of an inner realm of tranquility and wisdom. Through their examples, we learn not only the philosophical underpinnings of detachment and balance, but also the practical applications of these principles in navigating the complexities of human existence. In this exploration of detachment, we've traversed the landscapes of philosophy, psychology, and practical wisdom to uncover the profound benefits of learning to care less about the external forces that drain us and more about the pursuits and connections that truly enrich our lives. We've delved into the stoic resilience of Marcus Aurelius, the serene acceptance of Lao Tzu, and the reasoned tranquility of Seneca, drawing lessons from their lives and teachings on the value of focusing on what is within our control. We've dissected the psychological underpinnings of attachment and detachment, revealing how a healthy detachment can lead to lower stress levels, better decision-making capabilities, and an overall improved psychological well-being. Through practical steps like setting boundaries, focusing on personal growth, and embracing impermanence, we've outlined actionable strategies to achieve a balanced engagement with the world that fosters peace and fulfillment. As we draw this exploration to a close, I invite you to pause and reflect on your own journey with attachment and detachment. Consider this thought-provoking question. What might you achieve if you let go of the need to control the uncontrollable? Imagine the freedom, the peace, and the space for growth that could emerge from releasing the tight grip on the ephemeral, the external validations, and the unchangeable circumstances of life. As you move forward, remember that the journey towards healthier detachment and balance is not about disengaging from the world or severing the ties that bind us to others. It's about cultivating an inner sanctuary of peace and wisdom, from which we can engage with life's challenges and joys with a calm heart and a clear mind. It's about freeing ourselves to focus on what truly matters, allowing us to live more fully, love more freely, and contribute to the world with our unique gifts and talents. So I leave you with this message. Embrace the journey of detachment with courage and openness. Trust in the process of letting go, and be amazed at how much more you can hold on to when your hands are not clenched tightly, but open and ready to receive the abundance that life has to offer. Remember, the ultimate achievement is not in the accolades we collect, but in the peace we cultivate within ourselves and the love we share with the world.